Hey Nerlis. Hey Yan. How's it going? And you love cold classic JRPG Pathfinder. Oh, I forgot to change the going live message. Oh well. That for those not keeping track is the one I was using for Earthbound. Speaking of, I'm probably not going to be streaming Friday, so I'll be taking suggestions for what to start streaming on Fridays all week. Hasn't he? Also, can you hear me okay? Nerlis, Mike's good. Nerlis, serendipitous for you. To be fair, oh, to be honest, you have a meeting with a job guy this Friday, long as it isn't cancelled again. Oh, hopefully you might find something. You'll find something good. Anyways, let's just get this camera on. All looks good. Right then. Oh yeah, quick cosplay update. I've Hey Pink Fawn. Oh, you're just in time for my cosplay update. How you doing? So yeah, before I do anything else for this cosplay, I'm basically going to create some new horns for Grounded. So I've basically gone over my head with some cling film and covered it in duct tape and traced my hairline. So this represents my hairline, and this is about halfway down my forehead. So I'll just work out where my horns go, and then after that I can use this to sort of create the structure to hold them in place. And yep, knock on wood, I'll not have to keep gluing horns to my head, and I'll be able to wear a wig. Pink Fawn doing okay, trying to get stuff figured out for MCM in a couple of months. Ah, yeah, I wish I had the social energy to attend cons. Maybe I should try and take the time off work. Case, let's get Pathfinder Kingmaker going. Nerdless, you've googled Ace Attorney likes. Return of the Obra Dinn, time traveling. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with it. And Disco Elysium. Yeah, I like the look of Disco Elysium, although I'm not entirely sure that it's very sort of drop in, drop out gameplay wise, since it's a very involved RPG. Yeah, Return of the Opera Dimmed, also a possibility. Since presumably you can just solve a few... Well, it's about filling in the log of what happened on the ship, so you can work out a few, come back later. Although that might be hard if I'm only playing like an hour or so each time. There's always a NES Classic as well. Okay. Oh yeah, so Wednesday we got to Chapter 4, the Varnhold Vanishing. I do not know exactly what the Vanishing is, although I did go to Varnhold earlier, just to say hi. Apparently there is a DLC you can play that lets you play out basically what was going on in Varnhold while the first 3 chapters of this game were happening. Pink Fawn, realising you need to make a pair of rabbit ears after all as well. Oh, neat. I mean, ears are fun to make, to be fair. When you say rabbit ears, do you mean like realistic ears, or do you mean like a bunny outfit style ones? Very cool either way. Okay, just gonna give Managed Kingdom Affairs a look. And new. I've probably been helpful to claim Silver Step before I do this. Oh well. But yep, we're off to Varnhold. See what's going on. Obviously,
don't frighten me.
This is the one of those story quests that will cause bad things to happen if I don't finish it. So I'm just going to get rid of Pink Fawn, close to realistic than Playboy, but stylized a bit. Ah, cool. Wait, what? What's going on here? I just left my phone room and I end up in First World, which is Pathfinder's version of the Feywilds. Guardian of the Bloom. So she's a Dryad who showed up at the beginning, gave me some advice to help me beat the first boss. It looks like she's the main villain of the piece.
Where are you rushing off to, my hound? To face your own death?
I mean, to be fair, she's kind of got a good vibe. I mean, I don't approve of her trying to assassinate me and all that. But, you know, to be insanely attractive and spend all your time toppling kingdoms. I mean, can we really blame her? It's a good life. Pink Fawn basically resurrecting that cosplay you were trying to do last October, which fell through. How fair. I think I vaguely remember you tweeting about it. Why are you here? Gonna try and kill me again?
Why am I here?
As it is philosophical.
Not today. Believe it or not, but I came here without evil intentions. I've been watching you, my hound. You've escaped my trap. You've destroyed my beautiful Everbloom flower. Such a strong will to live in such a fragile, mortal creature. Once, long ago, it hurt me to see flowers being torn apart by the wind. But today I watch you thrashing like a butterfly caught in a spider web, and I cannot turn my eyes away.
Yeah, and I think I said it before, but that sort of scary villainess control-so style voice is really one I'd love to be able to do myself. So, I'd love to be able to speak something like this. Yes. It's hard to get into character for it. No less. Was fire ever done to you? Have you ever heard the word colonialism? I mean, to be fair, the colonialism in this case was her idea. Okay. If I'm the butterfly caught in a spider's web, then what are you? A spider?
I am the web itself. The moment you took your first step on the road of the stolen lands, you fell under my power.
Okay. But then who's your spider? So you were the one behind the bloom. What have I or my subjects ever done for you?
There was a time when I used to ask myself the same question. What had I and my 1,000 breaths ever done to them? Why had I to endure this? You're wrong to think that your problems began with you. The ever-blooming flower was created long before your barony was founded. I prepared my weapon long in advance, having no idea what I would turn it against. Everything has a price. Thousands of lives must be turned to dust for a single act of forgiveness.
Okay, so basically her backstory is basically she was cursed to destroy 1,000 empires for some transgression or other. Which is why she's trying to destroy my barony. I have visited the First World and learned something about you and about your curse.
How? Though there's no point in asking. My untamed homeworld has many miracles to offer. One can never know what they will reveal, or to whom. So, what do you think of the proud, bitter, fallen nymph now, my hound?
Okay, so I'm going chaotic neutral here. Sounds like you're in trouble yourself, sounds a bit too heroic. Yeah, I'll try and bring her around, actually. Sounds like you're in trouble yourself. Stop trying to kill me and my subjects and maybe we'll find a way to help you.
You want to aid the storm that strikes you and your lands? Help? Why? Though I do not want to know. You will help me either way, voluntarily or involuntarily. With your death.
I wonder if there's some sort of obscure romance option with her. Oh. Nola's caught in advertising purgatory. Nola's, she's cursed to break 1,000 hearts and she's on 999. Well, to be fair, it would be presumptuous to assume I'm civilization number 1000. How about telling me your real name?
Names can be weapons in capable hands. You've no need to know my name. No need.
Okay, fine. The trouble in Varnhold. You have something to do with it?
I can answer, but will you believe me? I have nothing to do with it. But I know who is responsible. I won't tell you, though. Run now towards your death, hound. Run, hound, run! I want to see you stumble.
I should really look up who's doing the voice acting for her, because they're doing a tremendous job. Ah, thanks for the quote, Nillis. I'll ask again. Why are you here? Give me an honest answer. It seems pointless to have a conversation of hints and hidden meanings. That mood.
Why shouldn't the mistress visit her pet? Farewell, my hound. You have no idea what powers you've awakened, and now you voluntarily rush into their jaws. If you run your blade down their throats, I won't be disappointed. If you perish, I'll have forgotten you by dawn.
Thank you. Where's the exit? Well, at least there are no spiders around here.
How cute!
Okay, let's see. Rib of air, rib of water, we'll hang on to that. Extinguisher, we'll hang on to that. I don't want to see the ring just in case something happens with it. Those for beer money. Hey Nick, thanks for giving the shout out, Nellis. Had your oh wait, I was in your stream till it finished. I was going to ask how it went, but then I realised it. I stopped watching because you raided out. It was nice to catch that earlier. Yeah, I don't always watch your streams because I try to avoid spoilers, but I think I'm decent enough at avoiding metagaming, so. I mean, I think you said that yourself. I have a lot of Hydra eyes. Okay, anyway, it's time to get going and deal with the Varnhold vanishing, such that it doesn't start giving me penalties. Nick, I'm great for avoiding metagaming. Good to know. To be honest, it's no, obviously it varies from person to person, but I find that when I'm playing a character, I'm sort of already always sort of trying to play from their perspective anyway. That doesn't matter what I know necessarily. And you know, I'm one of those people who tended to enjoy reading the monster manual and stuff for fun, so I always tended to know the rules anyway. Okay, first random encounter of the session. What we got here?
An ambush, eh?
Blinn.
Please, not Rapskull.
Not.
We'll do it the hard way.
Okay. Still some about apparently. Are they? Show yourselves. Oh, there they are. See in a bit, Nellis. Use it from here.
Tear them apart!
Some Miri.
Stand down. Fall, you knave.
Okay. Still some about. Is that a conjurer? Oh, an alchemist. Come on, show yourself. Oh, there you are. Okay, knock knock. Come back round here. Hey, Towel Kitty. Towel Kitty hears with ears. Ear.
They go down!
How's it earing?
Serves you right. I'm writing you out of our story.
Ow, jerk.
A clever boy. Not used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Hey, Jonah. Can we have a shout out for Jonah as well? You wanted me, BisectedBrioche, to know that you're playing a first ever Metroid game. It's the Metroid Prime Remaster. Heck yes! As regular viewers will know, the Metroid series is my favourite game series of all time, and Metroid Prime and Fusion were my first Metroid games. How are you finding it? Oh, I missed.
You offend me.
That's the end of them. But crossbow, I'll take that. Nick, you hear Metroid Prime is the game that launched the Metroidvania franchise. Nick. Jonah, you like it so far? Oh, thanks for giving him a shout out, Nellis. You can drop ball poops, they explode. Yeah, the ball poops are fun. Wait until you master the elusive art of the the double bomb jump. Jonah, you play the prequel to that franchise, Hollow Knight. Don't think I won't. Yes? Double. For real though, I'll let you learn about that yourself. It's in the finest tradition of the Metroid games. It's basically it's an optional ability. So you won't need it to complete the game, but you will need it for a couple of optional pickups.
This is my time to shine.
Goblin Cheater Eye. I had an upgrade. Yes, Jonah? Double. Jonah, your favourite character is Metroid from the Super Smash Bros. Series. This is what it's like for Fire Emblem fans.
I decree we set up camp. Who is this storyteller, I wonder? He's weird. An elf, but looks old. And he's blind. And he doesn't like to share stories. What a miser. So, who is he? The oldest elf on whole Galarian? Or an enchanted prince of Kyonin? Oh, maybe he's a god suffering a memory loss. I'm so excited. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Damn it.
Plot twist, all of those are true. Okay, my Baron is out of reach, but let's get on to Varnhold. For that later. Hello, Gulch. While travelling through the hills of Nomen, we noticed something worrisome. Crows circled the sky as much as they do upon spying a corpse to feast upon. More ominous yet, clouds of smoke trailed into the sky as well. After noticing this, we... Okay, intimidate 24 plus 18. Or stealth 26 plus 37. Yeah, let's go with stealth then. Approach carefully, try not to reveal ourselves. We soon saw what attracted the crows. A dead horse lay in a ditch, one leg missing and its carcass already picked out by scavengers. Near the horse were what looked to be the corpses of its former rider, a young man clad only in undergarments. Oh no, this has come to oblivion. Oh, Zero's giving us a raid. Hey Summer. Hey Zero. Jonah, why do I have 37 stealth? Oh well, basically Pathfinder 1st edition follows 3.5 edition rules, which doesn't have banded accuracy like 5th edition does. 5th edition D&D does, so the numbers can get ridiculous very quickly. Oh, I do have an item that gives me like plus 10 or plus 15 to stealth, to be fair. But yeah, a plus 37 stealth checks, like, the DCs in this system do go up to 50. No less pre-4th edition D&D was a lawless place. Exactly. What were you playing, Zero? More Lost Dimension? I saw a bit of that on your stream the other day. So yeah, basically I've got my dexterity bonus. I've got bonuses from various items. And I have my skill bonus. Basically this system doesn't do proficiency as sort of like a flat thing, unlike Pathfinder 2nd edition and 5th edition D&D. You basically just have ranks in a skill, which you increase as you level up, which you can do indefinitely. I'm level, and you can't have a rank higher than your level. I'm level 9 at the moment, so I can have a plus 9 to stealth, add my dexterity bonus, add another 10 from an item that specifically gives a giant bonus, and yep, I've ended up with 37. No less, you forgot what the cited DC was for. That weird 4chan thing. I don't follow. Machine Lord Zero, you got in over your head. Oh, sorry to hear that. To be honest, that's why I don't play many strategy games myself. I mean, they're fun when you are doing well, but yeah, they can eventually start feeling a bit unfair. Oh yeah, example of a plus DC 50. Basically in Wrath of the Righteous, the sequel to this, one of the reasons it's my favourite adventure path is because it's got a canonically transgender NPC in it, and a plus 50 is basically the DC you need to beat to talk to her about that. Tau Kitty, bigger numbers are more attractive. Yeah, that's true. I mean, banded accuracy in 5th edition is nice, but it's also very nice to roll giant numbers at things. Anyways, the smoke was coming from the bonfire around which the goblins were roasting a horse leg. It seems their hunger was stronger than their fear of these animals. Other goblins were busy rummaging through the clothes of the deceased man and taking whatever choice bits they could find. One goblin was strutting around wearing a beret with a feather and another velvet jacket, and 2 other goblins were each wearing a single boot. They were in the middle of a tug of war with the dead man's trousers. When we saw this, yeah, let's threaten them a bit. They had our weapons and menacingly demanded an explanation. Realising we weren't in a playful mood, the goblins grew defensive, almost pleading.
Not us. We not killed no one. He already dead it.
The goblins' words tumbled over each other in their haste to exonerate themselves, but they seemed to be sincere.
Horse threw him. Nasty thing. Broke his neck. Horse killed him. We not even tried eating him.
But after hearing their story, we let the goblins go with a warning. But before that, we made sure to reclaim everything they'd taken from the deceased, including a hefty coin pouch. Alas, in this backwater, coin proved of little use. Alas, the body laid before us belonged to none other than Tomin Hanvaki, Okay, I was on a quest to find this guy. A noble from Gralton, one whose brother begged us to look for him. A letter in his jacket pocket, yellowed with age, confirmed his identity. It was signed Matthew and Varney, a relative. All we could do then is take the tragic news to his brother. Nick, eventually you plan to have your Pathfinder rogue have an AC of 45 with shields and plus 34 to athletics without any magic items. Presumably that is a Knuckle from our 2nd edition Pathfinder game. Who is a great character. Did a very good job fighting a mimic yesterday. At least until he got knocked out. Okay, that happened. Varnhold then. Okay, I don't need to rest. Let's go. Nick, you tanked in only the way a rogue can. Badly. Okay, we are in Varnhold.
I'll share my path.
So we've been here once before, but it was a bit busier. The entrance to the empty tavern still smells of spilt ale. Well then.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Well, the doggo still survived. The door to the house is ajar. You only didn't lock it when leaving their home. Oh, frack. Well, the best way to deal with swarms is fire and lots of it.
A fatal mistake.
Green, this is the ground. This is the ground around this former granary. Sacks that used to hold supplies have been torn apart and emptied, and homes and other leftovers are scattered in the dirt. I'm glad you enjoyed the session, Nick. Exactly, no less. Quote number 51. Hello, little birdie. We're gonna kill you. Nora, you killed this section. You think you didn't see the raven swarms. Ah, fair. I guess you presumably you only need to go straight ahead. But I like to look at. Ooh, a scythe. I know who to give that to. John Sever, Varn's comrade at arms, and stout defender of Varnhold. Killed by a tree, one less fledgling woodcutter. Oh yeah, there is a DLC that he only killed villains. There is a DLC for this where you can basically play as Varn's advisor. So I wonder if all this adds additional content based on that, if I'd have played it. Nick, you've just noticed there's a Pathfinder 2nd edition shield that lets you take unlimited shield block reactions for 1 minute. Amazing. Nullis, you're imagining a rogue killing a swarm with high enough sneak attack damage, and the table having to reconcile. Yeah, I guess you just killed a whole flock of birds with a single arrow. I mean, to be fair, I guess killing a swarm is technically making either wounding everything in it, because it's or making it disperse. So you could sort of argue you're basically firing an arrow into the swarm, such that it disperses. Although I'm not sure, I think Pathfinder might actually make swarms immune to sneak attacks for that precise reason. Like it needs to be you can even sneak attack undead and stuff in 3.5 edition. Just steal all their veg, I guess. We're eating well tonight. But then there's lots of funny mechanical stuff. If you want to laugh, look up how it's possible to increase someone's health by drowning them. Go ahead, just Google it. I'll still be here. Delicious potatoes.
I'll share my path.
Okay, Varn's around here. When I visited earlier. Well, I guess he's gone.
I see something.
You see something?
Did it without breaking it.
Vengeance of the Meek. Oh, Giant Bane. The Giant Bane. Nolus. Older D&D is always making things immune to crits, but you weren't sure about sneak attack. Yeah, it used to be that creatures that are immune to critical hits were immune to sneak attack as well, basically. But I think in like advanced D&D, a sneak attack was basically a free critical hit, but don't quote me on that. No, wait, I think it was always yeah, I think sneak attack always had increasing damage, so it wasn't always necessarily a critical hit. I mean, you could probably write multiple books on oh, hello.
You've lost a chance to resolve this peacefully.
Guys, get him.
Do I have a shocking revelation for you?
Bring it!
Your time is over.
Oh dear.
You deserved it.
They sure like growing to giant size, don't they? Nullis making sneak attack and automatic crit would be so much more intuitive. But then you deny us the joys of critting on a sneak attack. And that's just morally wrong. Can't Miri. Get him. Okay, reduce damage. Okay, I should get sneak attack now. Okay, maybe not.
Any last wishes?
Okay, that's not so much damage, to be fair. And now they're nicely clustered together.
Be easier if you're not.
Yeah.
They go down!
Well, so much for trying to do this peacefully. We'll ask Gunderson. Oh, let's work daggers. You know, for rogues, they're not very sneaky about the whole growing to giant size thing. Okay, we'll ask Gunderson's diary. Ever since I left the barony ruled by Her Grace, Brioche, I've been possessed of a singular goal: to march bravely to my fate, paying no heed to the naysayers that doubt my ability. The Baroness is a great woman. Oh, thanks. And I've heard her say that everyone is free to do as they will. I wish to make a great discovery, take all the glory, and put that stuck-up Narfropple in his place. And by Desna, I shall do so. Day 1 of the grand expedition to the Tours of Lebanese. I've reached Varnhold, stronghold of civilization. Here I shall start my search for that which shall forever put my name in the annals of Galorian. No less than say if it's a 20, you double it again. Yeah, I just kind of like sneak attack just being bonus damage dice. It feels a bit more clean, you know. Like, it feels a bit weird to just have crits crit, if that makes sense. No less, they're not anywhere near as scary as Skyrim's brigands. Yeah. To be fair, I could have sworn brigands weren't particularly dangerous in Pathfinder. Well, not dangerous, but particularly malicious in Pathfinder. But there's already been some things about sort of the Fae not liking interlopers around here, so see. Long ago, ancient kingdoms flourished here. It's unlikely anyone has ever conducted a proper excavation of these wilds. I, Willis Gunderson, shall write this historical oversight by carefully surveying the surrounding lands, by putting points of greatest interest on the map, and finally, by finding artifacts which become prized pieces in museums throughout the world.
It belongs in a museum.
Day 4 of the grand expedition to Tours of Lebanese. Tours of Lebanese are almost in reach. I've already made my way around the foothills, and I've come dangerously close to getting lost in the plain a few times. I've located a promising tomb, but something stirred inside it, and I decided against disturbing it further. Day 7 of the grand expedition to Tours of Lebanese. I've scoured the vicinity. My legs are sore from all the walking, and I'm low on coin. If I don't find something in the next 2 days, I'll be reduced to clean the floors of the Varnhold Tavern. Day 10 of the grand expedition to the Tours of Lebanese. It seems that Desna has heard my prayers. As I was returning from my latest outing, the evening outpaced me, and I was forced to spend the night in the hills. As I slept, I suddenly heard a voice, a majestic, proud voice that could only have been the voice of the divine. It commanded me to stand up and follow its call. I wandered as if in a dream, following where it led, but the night grew darker with each step. Utterly blind, I suddenly realised soil had given way to slabs of stone under my feet. Searching about me, my hands fell on a shattered amphora filled with golden jewels. Words failed me, but as my hands touched the amphora, I felt as if I'd disturbed something. Consumed by fear, all I could manage was to grab a bracelet lying on top of the precious heap and flee back into the moonless night. The sun is already rising as I'm writing these words. I don't know how, but I found my way back through the plain. It must have been Desna herself who had led me through the darkness and despair. O great goddess, I beseech thee, show me the way back to civilization. Otherwise, all I shall ever contribute to history will be my corpse, picked clean by ravens in this wretched diary. Day 12 of the Grand Expedition's Tours of Lebanese. Nolus. Pathfinder Spriggans, apparently.
Ah, I am very tall.
Falls over in 2 hits. Nolus. Skyrim Spriggans.
I am Panis Cupcake. I will eat you.
Now there's memories. I can see Varnhold. Praise be to Desna. I feel her gaze and blessing upon me. At last I'll be able to show my find Magar. He knows his treasure and values those who find it. The bracelet I retrieved seems to be something carved from a single piece of jade. Even if it wasn't a relic, it would still be worth a fortune. Day 14 of the Grand Expedition's Tours of Lebanese. Magar and his arrogant wizard, Kethal, know nothing about the bracelet. Varn is going to write to someone who can help me make sense of this mystery. I am beset by terrifying dreams. In them, I claw out my eyes and I'm buried alive. I wake up covered in cold sweat and fall to sleep again. I need to see the same thing. Is Desna testing me? What must I do, great goddess? Send me a sign. God, has this got something to do with that Cyclops from earlier? Day 15. The dreams won't go away. Tonight I saw a shadow outside my window. I think it was laughing at me. This is not Desna. Goddess, deliver me from evil. I'll hide the diary as a warning. Ancient horrors not only in my head. They're here. Blood coming out of my eye. It's here. The handwriting becomes illegible, but 2 large, erratic letters stand out, written in bold over the erratic strokes of the quill and bloodstains. B.O. Okay, that's not great. That is not great at all. Sorry, I've just got a bit of pressure at the top. I think my headband must have puckered a bit.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Nolus, Desna can't help you. She's too busy helping set up her sister's wedding to Bolin. Tss. I didn't get that reference. Desna is the twin brother in Korra. Oh, okay. Look. I love that this game just randomly has small animals all over the place.
Hoping not fight back. Best kind of fight.
Stand down.
Okay. Oh damn, these things are tough. And what happened to her pissing scream, but
You offend me.
okay, knock knock,
Come here,
get him.
Rex. Knock knock stab you.
This is where I step in.
Oh yep, just a reminder, there's still a community challenge for the full tiefling cosplay. If you want to make me completely paint myself blue?
Your time is over.
Bring it. Tear them apart. Which knife to use? Ha! Hey! Knock knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Okay, here we go.
Away, you rascal. Kneel, you thug.
Pink Thorn, still need to get your head around body paint for things. Yeah, I'm still sort of learning myself, but turns out there's quite a lot of options. But one thing I've discovered is the high quality body paint is worth the investment because, you know, one tub of it lasts quite a while. You get better coverage and it smells a lot nicer and feels a lot nicer on your skin. I could check my YouTube history and look at the tutorials I've been looking at, if that helps, by the way.
They go down!
Let's do it. Not quite. Okay. Free
Now
stealth.
you see me. Now you don't.
Okay. Let's see what's in Varnhold then. Oh cool, there's a way to sneak in. The spot on the wall has been damaged by a fallen birch tree. I'm glad they specified it was a birch tree. Hey Eka. Have I had to answer an unanticipated knock on the door while dressed up as a tiefling? No, not yet. That would be very funny though, wouldn't it? The tops of the logs used to construct the wall have been broken, and the logs themselves stand askew. A thin birch tree still leans against it. A dexterous enough individual could probably climb up the trunk and get over the wall. Mobility 18? Not even a challenge. The trunk of the birch tree is slippery, and the logs of the wall shift precariously under your weight. But you managed to make us over the wall. Okay. Oh cool, we're just on talking terms.
Ha! Primitives.
Oh,
This quick.
I thought that was a speaking thing. Oh well.
Stand down.
Okay, they're really tanking some damage here.
Right.
Be easier if you not fight back.
Nolus. What do you want, mortal? You know tieflings are mortal, but yeah, tieflings are basically just normal humanoids with demonic ancestry, so they don't get like extended lifespans or anything. Actually, I'm thinking 3.5 edition they do specify they they age at the same rate as humans but live slightly longer. But you know, all intents and purposes, they're just humans with a bit of I love carrying potions. Anyways,
Head down. Move quiet.
perception check.
No challenge at all.
At the bottom of the well, half hidden in the water, lies a broken bucket tied to a piece of rope. And a dead spriggan with a broken neck.
I don't tolerate threats. You offend me.
Bring it!
Nullis, foam forehead aliens. Tieflings are basically rubber forehead aliens. I mean, if you go back to sort of basically before 4th edition, back in Planescape when they were introduced, they were literally just humans with just 1 or 2 demonic features, like small horns or pointy teeth. Like in Planescape Torment, the tiefling in that looks basically human, but has sort of like a rat-like tail. Something the D&D movie instantly got right. Despite some protests. Don't get me wrong, I love a good demon-looking tiefling. Yeah, these horns are made of foam. Down you go. Nolus, you think the player's handbook generally hint that they don't all have horns and tails? We'll just find that the most fun. While the player's handbook's illustration literally shows a fully demonic tiefling. Although the detail a lot of players do ignore is that their skin only comes in normal human shades and red. Blue, purple and green tieflings for life.
Your time is over.
Come here, Bax. Not to stab you. Ha! Tear them apart!
Ow. Good old metakinesis maximised. Pinkthorn, this is giving you flashbacks to when you were thinking about Critical Role cosplay ideas. Yeah. I really should get round to watching Critical Role. I think I'm going to cheat and just watch the animated series and skip the first season. Or first campaign. As you know, Tieflings are my jam, and I heard the second campaign has multiple Tiefling player characters.
Away, you rascal!
Which knife to use? That hurt? Good. They go down!
Consider yourself cut down to size. You really need to stop doing that. Pink Fawn, one of the PCs in Campaign 2 is a blue tiefling cleric. Yep, that's the one, well, I think that's the one everyone, just as the one everyone's heard of. But I think I've heard there's at least one other. I'll find out about that when I get to it.
You deserved it.
Stand down.
Knock Knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
I might need to get a better knife for Knock Knock. I mean, the extra AC the knife I've got equipped on him is nice and all, but it's sort of inhibiting his ability to attack. So, potion.
What's new?
Hey, what have I got? Like 13 of them now?
How cute! I'll scout ahead.
Knock Knock more runner and talker than fighter.
You offend me.
Pink Fawn, Jester and Knot seem to be the two cosplay ideas you debate the most from CR. Okay, Knot's a goblin, I think. Okay, this is where I realise I've absorbed a lot just from osmosis.
Any last wishes?
Your time is over.
Will they ever learn? Be easier if you not fight back.
Pink Fawn, Knot's the goblin rogue. Oh, neat.
Bring it!
This is where I step in.
Nearly.
Away, you rascal!
Yep. And sometimes enemies just casually explode. Okay, didn't see you over there.
Tear them apart! They go down!
Ah, good old attacks of opportunities. Exactly, Nerlis. Quote number 592. Sometimes you just sneak attack so hard someone explodes.
Stand down.
Shaman, not hero work. Bring it!
Nerlis, does enlarge even upgrade their range damage? No, I'd actually assume not. If anything, it would probably make them an easier target from a distance. Because 3.5 edition at least, being larger actually reduces your AC.
You offend me.
Okay, it's as good as dead now, because attacks of opportunity.
I did it. I did.
Head stash. Okay, I'd imagine if I played the DLC campaign, I'd have been able to get any items I picked up there. Citrine necklace, buckler, light shield. I might end up dropping those. Okay. Save again. Let's see what's in here.
I'll scout ahead. Come at me, I dare you.
Oh damn, there's a lot of them.
Your time is over.
them apart!
Away, you rascal!
No less dodgy crossbowmen. Does that mean they use dodgy crossbows? Here's a safety on old Betsy. Good question. Either it means they're good at dodging or they're not very good at crossbowing. And we'll never know.
You deserved it.
Which knife to use? Huh. They go down!
Stand down.
Nolas, you're unsure if I did the voice because I got the reference for voicing the crossbowman. Just coming up with a voice for the crossbowman. I didn't quite get the reference.
Any last wishes?
Knock-knock used to lighting enemies on fire first. Huh. A fine use of my talents.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with dodgy. Oh yeah, this one's specifically called skilled, so I guess maybe he's better at crossbowing. For example, his utter expertise in attacking at point blank against a barbarian with a giant axe. Great move. I'm very impressed. No less Disney's Robin Hood, the furry one, is a guard vulture who has the dodgiest of crossbows. Oh, that guy. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
You offend me.
This is where I step in.
Be easier if you not fight back. A clever ploy. That one went deep.
This is my time to shine.
An ambush, eh?
Me see, me keep. No time for idling.
Okay, we'll just disarm this trap.
Oops. Easy.
Okay, wooden spoon, carved figurine, animal hide, gold. Unless you bet the dog has the keys.
Adventures are exciting.
Well, obviously, it's a guard dog.
Easy.
Okay, there's some strange things to keep on the bookshelf.
The dangers don't frighten me. They
Banquet hall.
choose to stand against me.
Oh, didn't mean to press that.
Your time is over.
Bring it!
Primitives!
Come here, Max. Knock knock stab you. Huh.
Okay.
Serves you right.
Away, you rascal!
Tear them apart! Yay! Will they ever learn?
Which knife to use?
Feel like a good old flank. Maximized.
You deserved it.
Stand down.
A fine use of my talents.
Knock knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Any last wishes?
You offend me.
Enfys, how's it going?
Now you see me, now you don't.
Me? Be easier if you not fight back.
I don't tolerate threats.
Knife time!
Knife time indeed.
Your time is over. Taste my fury.
This is where I step in.
Ha! Primitives.
Enfys, quite alright. Just finished leveling up Gleck. Oh yeah, I forgot, yeah, my Pathfinder group leveled up in yesterday's session. Enfys, how goes making kings/queens? It goes well. We're just dealing with some Spriggans who may or may not have murdered my next door neighbour. Which kind of sucks because he was really kind of nice.
Come here, Bax. Not gonna stab you.
Away, you rascal! This is going to hurt.
Yeah, no idea. There we go. Someone else around here? Oh, there you are.
Stand down.
Exactly, Enfys. They really took the sprig out of my neighbour's step.
Cool it. Bring it!
Serves you right.
Will they ever learn?
Which knife to use?
You offend me.
Tear them apart!
seeing a bit nervous. So many crossbows. Couldn't want someone cheer them up? Calm them down? Wait, what's happened to this one's model? Look at the legs. Ah, yep, sorry if I'm a bit low energy today, by the way. Had a bit of a weird weekend.
I'll share my path.
Nope, don't want to go back that way.
I'll scout ahead. What's next?
Okay, this must be where the food was stored. Right, so this blockade, I thought it was the throne room, which would explain why there's a barracks in it. Okay, not a good kind of weird. And no, basically it was all early starts because I was covering someone else's shift. As opposed to normally working evening, a Saturday evening, and then having an early but not too early shift on Sunday morning. Meant I was able to get enough sleep and yeah. Okay, so what am I actually supposed to be doing around here then?
We'll do it the hard way.
Could you have stayed still for just a minute, Cuba Lost?
Cool off.
A fine use of my talents.
You deserved it.
Eka, those shift schedule swaps are brutal on sleep and rest. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't particularly mind early starts, but I already do one Thursday, Friday, so it just sort of compounds when I have 4 in a row.
They go down!
Ooh, spots the thing.
Your time is over.
Taste my fury.
A clever ploy.
Any last wishes?
Pink 4 and you hate having Saturday and Sunday shifts back to back. Yeah, I mean, I don't even technically have a weekend. I get Mondays and Wednesdays off, hence why I stream on those days.
Away, you rascal!
Primitives.
Pink Fawn plus not having a regular rota means you don't really get a sleep schedule. Ah, that sucks. Like, if nothing else, my job at least makes sure my hours are consistent when there's no particular specific reason to change them. Yes.
Bring it.
To bring my
Stand down.
Knock-knock used to lighting enemies on fire first. That hurt? Good.
This is going to hurt.
strong leg energy from Knock Knock. Love how their legs get stretched out by the animation. Oh, syrup. Oh yeah, there's this thing I spotted. Okay, I've no idea where to go. Okay. Seems all okay. So there's we have to go investigate that tomb. Pink Fawn, your only saving grace is that on your current schedule you don't have to work nights. I mean, I don't particularly mind working nights. Well, I'm a late riser, so it's actually a bit more convenient for me. I'm just gonna take a quick pee break, so I'll just run an advert to get rid of pre-rolls. So that'll just be 3 minutes worth of adverts, and I'll be right back. Make sure you all behave yourselves. And we're back. Hope everyone behaved yourselves. Oh yeah, before we continue. Today's tea is spiced rooibos. Technically a Christmas blend, but you know. Well, anyway. Around here, so it's time to go raid an ancient tomb, I guess. I messed up some of the Spriggans. I don't think it gave me the opportunity to just talk to them.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Book kid, you don't believe my stories? They're good, interesting stories.
You know, we bards sometimes lie a lot in our books too, but we try not to be so obvious about it.
It's team meant to be anyway. Right. Poker of Forgotten Heroes.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
Nick, you got to run 4th edition. Have a good evening. And Fierce. Oh.
In your whispers, in your song, I hear the echoes of long lost home.
Yep, and this is just wishing Nick a goodbye. Good luck. Have fun being a posh swordsman. Hey. Here, Varnhold, so it can't be that far away. Arrows. Okay, random encounter. For them. Barbarian. A small but well-armed gang moves across the flatlands. Tattoos, leather and fur clothing. Bone amulets at their belts. These are barbarians. Khelids, to be precise, from their neighbouring Numeria, or maybe lands even further north. They stop when they see you, hands on their weapons and frowns on their faces.
Hey.
One of the barbarians shouts to Amiri.
You're from the north, right? Which tribe?
I'm by myself.
Wait, isn't that the gal the 6 bears kicked out? Because they were scared that if a woman touched a sword, their balls would fall off?
Okay, I like these guys. Just let bygones be bygones. I walk with her now. Miri points at you. The barbarian examines you closely.
So, you lead this group then? I'm Noba. We're from Numeria, part of the Tiger Lord's tribe. We're just minding our own business here, looking to pick a fight. We don't want any troubles, and we're not after anyone.
One of your people seems to be sick. Can I help? Big barbarian woman. Barbarian woman steps forward, trying to control her heavy coughing. That'd be welcome. The woman starts coughing again and spits some blue phlegm on the ground. I caught blue spit somewhere in the barrens. I can pay for healing in gold. Okay, I can neutral good to heal them for free. Yeah. Well, I suppose my alignment's already chaotic good. No, none of that. We're not beggars. We're not out for charity. The barbarian woman forces several coins into your hand. Okay, fine. How's the community challenge doing anyway? Don't really have a way of seeing it from here. After you heal the woman's disease, she breathes in deeply, relishing the sensation. Wow, thank you. It was a nasty thing, let me tell you. Won't let you take a breath or let in or let gases out. From Numeria, you're pretty far from home.
Not so far. The Tiger Lords travel around a lot. From the World Wound to Barbaria. Hell, these lands were once practically home to us. We used to clear them, the damn Fae from our marches on a regular basis. Well, now we're here again. That's the nomad life, you see. Never know when you'll find yourself tomorrow.
You know anything about the situation at Varnhold?
Varnhold? Never heard of it. Whatever's going on there, we got nothing to do with it.
What are you searching for? Khaled frowns.
No idea, really. Dugaf's just said we should search for caves and ancient ruins. He'd tell us if it was what we were looking for. You ask me, we're just wasting time out here. The chieftain knows best. Now, those are what I call good assistants. Beautiful, prompt, and aware of their own intellectual limitations. Why can't I ever get assistants like that? Maybe I should have pursued a career as a barbarian chieftain.
Nolus, it's at 53%. Heck yeah. Here's Dugaf.
Old cleric. He's seen a lot, knows a lot, and it seems like he's the only one who's any idea what the hell we're looking for out here.
Okay, I wonder if you might know about the tomb. Are you the only group of Numerians around here?
You kidding? Of course not. Our main camp's over the hill there. Feeling gutsy, come pay us a visit.
Found anything interesting in the area?
I wish. We've been searching the area for days now. All we found was a cave with some grime-based half-men. No ancient ruin, no treasures, no damn thing.
Tell me about the area. Okay, overgrown cave.
I hate this question. Well, Numeria's a hard land made for hard people. Ages ago, stars rained down from the sky and left a bunch of chunks of sky metal across the land. Some as small as your finger, others as big as a mountain. Lots of the chunks just sit still and do nothing. We mine them for adamantine. Others make monsters or disease or radiation and stuff. And stuff that's like technology.
Never spits that last word. Almost like a curse. Oh yeah, Numeria basically had a spaceship crash land on it. So it's got alien technology all over it. Numeria is also the birthplace of countless beautiful songs and heroic legends. I mean, most of them end with someone getting beheaded, impaled, chopped to pieces, or burnt alive. But they're marvellous. You don't like technology?
Why would I? Bad enough it brings so much trouble on its own. Also attracts villains from all over Avstan, like flies to a steaming pile of shoot. Technically alone. Ugh.
Just a reminder, the technically tried to enslave my party. They're kind of jerks. Tell me about your tribe.
The Tiger Lords are an ancient and glorious tribe, one of the strongest in all Numeria. We used to own half the stolen lands ourselves, but that was a long time ago. Back in the time of the Great Armag. And now the spirit of Armag's been reborn into the body of a new chieftain. You mark me. Word of our heroic deeds will spread across Galarian once again.
Oh, safe travels.
I'll share my path.
Is the edible moss? Okay. So an ancient mosque being revealed. Oh, overgrown cavern. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for then. Still, was a random encounter that I was expected to run into, I suspect, so... Yeah, if anyone wants to just look up where I need to go.
For myself. Knock knock all terrifying or knock knock all conquering? Knock knock fearsome foolery? Needs more think thoughts.
Nolus Armak, the stone statue who runs the hidden temple? No, could be. Hey, let's take a look around the overgrown cavern. What are the keywords? This is the Varnhold vanishing. Yeah, there's barbarians in here.
Hey, who's that walking over there?
The barbarian standing guard at the cave entrance calls over to you coarsely.
It's dangerous to walk around in here. Better turn back.
Amiri answers something in Halit, the native tongue of the Numerian Kelid tribes. Hey, Amiri, the diplomat. After a brief exchange in Halit with Amiri, guard switches back to common.
Peace. If you want to suit with our elders or spend the night, you may enter. Just don't expect a free dinner.
Cool.
If you're a friend, you may pass.
I did it. I did.
Have I done overgrown cavern or killed barbarian camp? Oh, I'm in the overgrown cavern right now. Olga. Olga, a half-orc woman, sits by the fire. Her clothes are made of leather and fur, matching the rest of the barbarians. She frowns as she slides her finger along a map, crudely drawn on a crumpled sheet of paper. She lifts her gaze as she notices you. Ah, guests. For you. You're a friend, take a seat by the fire and let's talk. I'm Bolga from the Tiger Lord's tribe. I lead this group. When Bolga's gaze stops on Knock Knock, she chuckles. Quite a beast you got there. Ones like that we use for rags back home. The hides aren't good for anything else.
Ones like you I use for chowder. Meat like dung, not good for anything else.
Knock Knock glares at the sturdy woman with a predatory look. He runs a finger along the edge of his blade. Okay, I'm on the right track, thanks Nolis. You're a chieftain? Me? No. I'm just seasoned enough to lead a group. Our chieftain is Armak the Twiceborn. Bolga says the name proudly, so expecting recognition or all. He's back in Nymeria right now. What's your chieftain known for? Long ago, he was the greatest of the Numerian chieftains and Gorham's chosen. Gorham being the name of the god Emiri shouts out every time she gets a crit. Armag was so strong no mortal could strike him down. It was only when Pharasma herself challenged him to battle that he fell, and only because of her divine power. But now, Armag shamed her and came back from the afterlife. Great Armag leads the Tiger Lords once more, now as Armag the Twiceborn, and soon word of our exploits will spread all over Aristan. I'm sure there's something in the setting lore this is referring to. I didn't know there were half-orcs among the Numerian barbarians. The barbarian shrugs. The orcs have lands nearby. A lot can happen between two neighbouring people. What are you doing here? We're looking for some ruins or a cave or something. I don't really know. Only Dugoff knows exactly what we're looking for. He's a cleric, and he's our leader on this expedition. Or him and the sisters. Who are these sisters? They're witches who serve Armag. They seem to know a lot about the world. History, gods, even in the worlds. They're pretty smart talkers. You'd hardly believe the things they know. And they have these strange and unimaginable spells. When Armag ordered us to pack up for this expedition, we thought we'd be marching for a month. But they just waved their hands and whoosh. A tunnel of multicoloured lights opened up before us. The trip here just took 1 hour. Can you imagine it? I wouldn't be surprised if you can't. A tunnel of many colours. Doesn't that sound familiar? Because it sure sounds familiar to me. Where might I find the Gaff and these sisters? They're in our main camp here. Bolga points at a cross on her map. If you're looking to hire us or have some other business, come visit. You're much better than digging around in the dirt out here. You found anything of interest? Nice if we had. So far it's just dirt, crap and monsters. Like we don't get enough of that back in Nymeria. We found this hole and the monsters who are living here. We took a beating doing it, but we managed to kick them out. Then after we searched the place we found nothing. Oh sorry, we found out it's just a regular cave, nothing of note. After a day or so, we'll probably head out and keep searching. Okay, I wonder if that's why the brigands were in Varnslot. Varnhold rather. You know anything about the situation at Varnhold? Varnhold? Where's that? The barbarian looks down at her maps and finds a rough sketch of the area. No idea. We've never been there. Tell me about Numeria. Numeria is the land with adamantine in its soil, and its people have adamantine in their hearts. Our barbarian stands solemnly, and her tone shifts. And since we have bugger all beyond adamantine courage, we just trade what we got. Stay the night. Thank you for your invitation. I'll take you up on it. Yeah. Don't know if that does anything, but... Oh, wow. We stayed here for 22 hours. He's Crista. He's Christasta. Being used for all that cheese? No, this seems like a straightforward point crawl for a bit. Do I want the only spoiler that seems helpful so far? It won't be useful for... I'll go on then. Barbarian camp. When I return to the barbarian camp for the second time, buff up for a fight. Okay.
Gaining the advantage is always smart.
Bandits. And go assassinate that bot.
With ears.
Make this quick. You offend me. This is where I step in.
Okay, more of them. Gonna assume this way. Yep. Oh, cleric. Great.
Will they ever learn?
Your time is over. Away, you rascal!
Cool off.
Serves you right.
Notice the guys is unclear how long the middle bit takes, so before you know, that spoiler won't be relevant until our next stream.
Clever ploy.
Oh,
Stand down.
Ah, primitives.
You offend me.
hey. Great sword. Can't be that good, it didn't do much good. Encumbrance. Let's drop this stuff.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Step. Yeah, about a day away. Let's just carry on. Grounds among the hills, some Numerian barbarians had set up camp. While obviously set up recently as a place to rest, it was thoroughly constructed. Along with the stake palisade, Numerians had reinforced their camp with a deep moat. Spotting the body of some unlucky thief at the bottom, had a good call. Guarding the entrance was our old acquaintance Noba, the man whose group we met in the hills previously. While his greeting was none too friendly, he did invite us to enter and led us to meet his leader. We were led to a man named Gurvuf, middle-aged Kellet with gorgeous mane, once charcoal black, now salt and pepper, as well as bronze skin hardened by the sun, wind and time to the point that almost looked like oak bark. Speaking with assertive tones, he invited us to dine with the Tiger Lords. That was the name of their tribe. Spend the night in their camp. Any business we might have with the tribe, he said, could be discussed in the morning when everyone was rested and refreshed. Not wanting to offend the barbarians who'd proven to be completely hospitable, we accepted the invitation. Within minutes we were seated by the bonfire with goblets in our hands. As guests, our goblets were wrought of skillfully decorated silver, intricate carvings, depicting scenes of battle. Do as I do, Amiri whispered into the Baroness's ear. Care about tradition here. Guard. Be on guard, Lost whispered into the Baroness's ear. These savages can be extremely touchy. Follow my example. May avoid offending them. And an offended Numerian Numerian is a bloodthirsty Numerian. The cupbearer filled everyone's goblets with wine. When Dugolf raised his cup, officially starting the feast, the Baroness placed her faith in Amiri and followed her example. My utter surprise, our barbarian friend spilled her wine on the ground, and the Baroness followed her example. I thought the Numerians would be enraged, but they all followed suit. It was apparently a barbarian tradition, offering the first cup to the spirits. Only after the cupbearer first filled their goblets again did the Numerians start to drink. So did we. Nihilus looks kind of like your granddad. We'll discuss it in the morning over some cornflakes. I suppose there are worse breakfasts. The main course, and surprisingly, was meat. While hunting in the hills, the Numerians had killed a deer and 2 wild boars, all now roasting over an open fire. As the tribe's guests were offered the best pieces. Fierce in battle, the Numerians were equally fierce at the table. They frantically tore the meat apart with their knives, their hands and teeth, as though attacking the throats of their worst enemies rather than eating roast venison. Only one camp inhabitant didn't join the dinner. Far from the festivities, the slim woman wrapped in a grey cloak sat alone, her face hidden behind a piece of cloth. She was so quiet and still, at first didn't realise she was a living being at all. The Baroness asked the Tiger Lords who she was. Glancing cautiously between Dugaf and the woman, one Numerian explained that the woman was one of the defaced sisters, half priestess, half wizard. While they maybe travelled along with the Numerians, they never ate at the same table. Judging by the tones the barbarians used when speaking of the woman, it was easy to tell that none of them held any warm feelings towards these defaced sisters. After everyone had eaten their fill, it was time for entertainment. The barbarians began singing and drawing song into in their guttural language, known as Hallet. Later, one of the Numerians explained that it was a ballad about a brother and sister who defeated a huge metal spider. The song that followed was a comedic piece about the adventure of a stupid werewolf. The Numerians all sang it together. It was clear each one of them knew it by heart. Almost everyone clapped to the rhythm, though some thumped their knife handles on their shields, and our half-orc acquaintance Bulger accompanied the song on a vargan. Once the song was over, Dugaf appealed to his guests, us to surprise our hosts. The Baroness decided our best choice would be Diplomacy plus 18. Athletics. Okay, diplomacy is my best bet. Our tale of battle and heroic deeds. Oh, and that was telling the tale of the Stag Lord's defeat. No less pouring one out from Mother Earth, an industrial revolution early. I mean, to be fair, they're quite big on not liking tech. Our tale of battle and heroic deeds was just what the barbarians were looking for. They listened eagerly, chimed in on each detail, and laughed and clapped at the most epic moments, such as when we were all downed, and the owlbear and NPC who'd just joined us that beat the boss for us. Even Duggar found himself smiling and nodding as he listened to our story. Finally, the drinking and the singing came to an end. Only bones remained from the feast, and the bonfire had burned down to ash. Satisfied, the Numerians retired to their tents.
I beg you, I haven't seen my sisters for several days. I'm afraid they may be in trouble.
As you approach the barbarian leader, you can't help but overhear part of his conversation with a woman you recognised from the feast before. It looks like I'm experiencing that one glitch. As you approach the barbarian leader, you can't help but overhear part of his conversation with a woman you recognised from the feast before. Her face remains hidden and she sounds extremely worried.
This whole land is nothing but trouble. You want me to risk my life and the lives of my people to do your dirty work? Go ahead, ask Armagh to give the order. Oh, but Armagh stayed back in Numeria, which means I am the one making the decisions here.
But what about my sisters? Something terrible could happen to them.
You sisters insisted on this expedition. So it's your price to pay. With your blood, not ours. Something terrible could happen, you say? It is too late for that. We already lost good men on this pointless journey to nowhere. Whatever Armagh needs, it's not here, and it wasn't here from the start. But you didn't come here for him, did you? You came for your own reasons. You want some magic toy that once belonged to the ancient Cyclops. Well, I'm not leading my men to their deaths for that.
No less, they probably like the owlbear bit. Nature taking matter into its own claws. That's a good point, actually. No less, fight glitch with glitch, put a bucket on her head. Yeah, I'll try and save.
To God.
This conversation is over. You want help? Why not ask our guests to help you? If you can afford their rates, that is. As for me, my single remaining goal is to get my people home alive, and well, and as soon as possible.
The woman leaves sobbing. Dugav turns to you.
Good morning. Well, let's get down to business, shall we? Introductions aren't necessary, Baroness. I know who you are. Let's discuss how we can be useful one another.
You know me? How?
How do you think? We keep an eye on everything that happens in the region. It's smart to know our potential employers and our potential enemies.
Yeah, normally that glitch freezes dialogue, so it might be I might be okay here.
Hard to miss someone like you, dragging this green beast around like another compatriot.
Do not talk about my son that way.
These Longshanks know knock-knock already. That is good. Fame is rising already. Just a tad more and knock-knock will be a real hero.
Who's that woman?
Wish I knew who these witches are and where they came from. our chieftain, the great Armagh, spirits bless him, trusts them as if they were holy oracles. He sent us with them to these dead hills, and none but the sisters and the chieftain himself know why. Who am I to confront the chieftain? So now we wander these lands, chasing the unknown.
Do you know anything about what happened in Varnhold?
Varnhold, huh? Isn't that the village Megor Varn got from the Ristovic Sword Lords? I know Varn. He's not the best fighter, but not the worst. As for what happened there, I wouldn't know.
So how can we be useful to each other?
I'm afraid we can't. At least not yet. I'd be happy to take a new job, but our chieftain's orders were strict. Search the location and come back with a report. But if you could help us here, say, by finding whatever these witch sisters are looking for, or maybe just making them disappear forever. Mark my word, Baroness, the Tiger Lords never forget those who helped them.
Nolus, would I believe you if you told me that was Leonard Nimoy? Wait, Dugard is being voiced by Leonard Nimoy. Can't quite hear it. I wonder if you're pulling my leg. There's a whole army of you here. How'd you manage to get so far?
None of your business, actually. But just to reassure you, we weren't sneaking into your lands without permission. I'll answer.
Okay, it's not.
Magic.
You were pulling my leg.
The sisters opened some strange tunnel, and we used it to get here from Numeria. Gorham witnessed my words. I'm no coward, but I'd rather march for a month through all the river kingdoms than use that damned tunnel again. It was strange, wrong, just like those witches themselves.
Enfys? Nah, he was pulling my knee. Noi. Nolus, the way he's speaking reminds you a little bit of the king from Atlantis, the Lost Empire. Ah. Has a bit of that non-specific barbarian accent going on. What are you looking for here?
I wish I knew. The sisters are looking for something, but they won't tell anyone what it is. I guess it's some antique that used to belong to the Cyclops. Some magic trinket or something. As for me, the only thing I'm looking for is a good reason to quit this nonsense and return to Numeria as soon as possible.
How'd it go? You find anything of interest?
If we did, do you think we'd still be here now? The only thing to be found in these hills is one's own death. A group of my men entered a cave that turned out to be a Spriggan den. They barely survived the encounter. Also, we found the ruins of some old tower, ancient as the world itself, and useless as this expedition. There is nothing to be found here, except, like I said, for one's own death.
Nolus, you wonder if maybe he's the same VA as Balgruuf from Skyrim, but not him either. This guy's only other credit is, you don't know, it said police something, like a Flash game or something, or an Adult Swim cartoon, but the site said it was a game. I mean, to be fair, this is an indie game, so it's probably not exactly going to have an all-star cast. Yeah, I guess we know where those Spriggans came from. Let me ask you a question.
Why not? I don't promise I'll answer, though.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Dugath, son of Gordir and Harith Threefingers from the Tiger Lords tribe. My entire life, I've served Gorham, First on the battlefield, sword in my hand, and later with prayer as well. I've fought in battles all across the River Kingdoms. In Yoberia, Gold, used to live. My price is high, my hand is steady, and my sword is deadly.
Finishing the speech, the man gives you a wide grin, showing off several missing teeth. No less you keep forgetting this is an indie game. How small is Paizo anyway? Our Paizo are probably the biggest of the Wizards of the Coast tabletop RPG publishing companies. But Owlbear Games themselves are a very small studio. It's sort of like how Games Workshop are licensing out Warhammer to a lot of smaller devs. Paizo is basically big enough hit, sort of like a company. Definitely not a mum and pop business as they call them. One's gone sideways. Oh, thanks. I think I might just stick a comb, or I think I might just cut up a air clip, and it's got some forks in there to stop it spinning round. Tell me about
Our Lord
Gorham.
in Iron doesn't like empty talk. He's the god of those who act instead of chatter. His palm blesses every sword ever crafted, and wherever at least two men meet in battle, he is there with them. Even orcs worship the god of battle, and not only that, they imagine he's an orc too. It's all nonsense, of course, but there may be a grain of truth to it. For anyone can aspire to be like him. A human, an orc, and even an elf. Anyone who grips his iron to make his enemy bleed.
No less you're thinking about tieflings with helicopter horns. I mean, winged tieflings exist, so why not helicopter tieflings?
Well said, old man. Truly well said. Blood for Gorham!
Oh, Amiri, that's the first time I've ever heard you say that. Amiri grins approvingly and raises her clenched fist. Like, I understand how one could fight for justice, something dear, for new knowledge, or simply for a better future. Battle for the sake of battle? Death for the sake of death? Tell me about your tribe.
There are many tribes in Omeria. Each does its best to survive. The Black Horses sell adamantine. The Blood Pikes rob caravans. And their white scars lick the boots of the Technic League. As for us, the Tiger Lords, we are mercenaries, and the best ones in this part of Avestan. Remember this, Baroness. If you keep your throne long enough, we'll meet again. Sooner or later, fighting side by side, or otherwise. Who knows?
Tell me about your chieftain.
He's a strong fighter, brave one. He says he's Armagh, an incarnation of a hero from the old times. Just don't ask if I believe it. Armagh is smart. He knows how to do business. If he'd only pay less attention to what those witches whisper, he'd be a perfect chieftain.
Yeah, I think my headband's gotten a bit folded under this wig, which is why I'm getting some pressure on the front and back of my head. Oh well. Well, speak of the devil. Cosplay. I'm not entirely sure I like this guy, but I suspect I might need to side with him. Tell me about Numeria.
Eons ago, stars rained down on Numeria. Pieces of metal, both dead.
Oh
and
yeah, it's
living,
basically like Horizon but with
fell from the
aliens.
sky. Since then, metal monsters roam those lands, and the grounds hold a wealth of
Exactly, Nellis. Mandalorians.
among other valuable things. Weaklings don't survive there. As for us, Numerian Kelets, we grew up on that land. We drank its poisoned waters and breathed its toxic air. Metals from the depths infused our bones and muscles. No one can beat us. If there were anyone capable of bringing us down, it would be ourselves.
Interesting fact. Adamantine is basically ancient Greek for diamond, but it also technically means very hard. Hence its commonness as a fictional metal in fantasy.
There it is, Numerian humor. For those who find gallows humor too cheerful.
Exactly, Nellis. Mandalorians. With a bit of Klingon in there.
Not that much.
How about the Cyclopses?
Long ago, these lands were part of their empire. They were a great people back then, used unbelievable magic, and possessed treasures beyond count. Ages passed, and their empire crumbled into dust. Cyclops became wild and forgot all about what they once used to be. But the ruins, yes, the ruins remember everything.
Enfys. Adamantes.
Indeed, they remember much. If only they were more eager to share.
Thank you for your answers.
You're welcome.
Well, I have to go. Let's see if I can save. Okay, I can save. Maybe I'm getting off then. I mean, maybe I'm getting off lightly then. Base sister.
You, our guest, the Baroness, am I right? I'm sorry you witnessed that unpleasant scene. If I may ask, what is your name?
A slim figure stands eerily still, wrapped in a cloak and hiding her face in her hands. If you hadn't seen her moving before, you could have easily mistaken her for a statue. I'm finding this person so relatable. However, as you approach, she lowers her hand from her face, and golden green eyes peer at you through the holes in the cloth covering her face. My name's Brioche. What's yours? Raven. After you give your name, a large raven who's been sitting on the fence nearby takes wing and flies away, cawing coarsely. Well, that's not good. Nolus. Adamantine once, but you trade it for a emerald. Okay, I like that one.
Nice to meet you, Baroness. I have no name. I've rejected it to serve benevolent powers. Not the greatest sacrifice of those we're sometimes called to make. You may call me Defaced Sister. I am one of those who call themselves the Defaced Sisters. We've rejected our names and our faces in service to benevolent spirits. I'm sorry that I cannot reveal our true destiny to you yet, but believe me when I say our mission is extremely important. Not just for us, not just for the tribe, but for the entire world.
I should really double check the lore and work out and see what the Defaced Sisters deal is. Tell me about Numeria.
These are enigmatic lands. Stars rain from the sky.
Sorry.
Soil bleeds fire, and gives birth to metal instead of grass. These are lands of mysteries and nightmares, but they're destined to become the salvation of us all, for that is where great Armag lived, died, and rose again, and he will bring redemption for us all.
Tell me about our Mag.
He's a man of great destiny.
Or your
The
Mag.
gods themselves tried to lay him low, but he came back, defied death itself, as was foretold, for that was his fate. He's destined to save many, many lives, but at a terrible cost to himself. I would never wish a fate like that on you, Baroness. I would never wish a fate like that on anyone.
There are many songs about Armagh, not all of them Numerian. Some see his story as an inspiration, others as a warning against the dangers of hubris. But I've never heard about any prophecy.
What are you looking for here?
It is not yet time to answer this question. We are searching for ancient ruins, the remains of structures built by the previous holders of these strange lands. That is all I can tell you for now. I understand that you want to know more, but have no doubt, you will in time.
No less adamantine, but he moved out. Like a man-child, but different.
Such wise, enlightened words. People who talk like this are usually trying to swindle you out of your purse.
A huge
Don't
lost.
be wary of riddles. Those wise enough to solve them eventually learn much more than those who always seek straight answers.
Well, excuse you, but I asked the important questions and didn't get a straight answer at all. What were you and Dugaf arguing about?
My sisters. They each went out on their own quests and never returned. Not one of the three. I can understand Dugath. He doesn't trust us. But by refusing to help my sisters and me, he puts himself, his people, countless innocent souls in grave danger. If only I could soften his impertinent heart.
Okay, I guess it. He's chaotic neutral. Do you have any idea where your sisters might be?
Do you have a map? I can provide you some direction. One of my sisters went to the sepulchre of forgotten heroes. Another went looking for the Forsaken Mound. And the third was going to visit the ruins of the City of the Hollow Eyes. I won't lie, these places are all very dangerous. But searching for lost truth always involves danger.
You have a whole army here. How'd you manage to get this far?
Wise ones know many routes that are closed to the uninitiated. Will you be able to detect them? Will you dare to walk along them? Who knows?
Do you know anything about what happened in Varnhold?
Dark things tend to happen in that land. I can only guess to the fate of Varnhold. My 3 sisters know more. Help me find them, and you'll get your answers. If the spirits are kind, it will happen before it's too late.
Okay, I guess that's what we're doing. What compensation can I expect for my help?
With the most valuable treasure of all, truth.
Nolus, you're sorry, but that her outfit keeps reminding you of that one queen who had a favourite boob. Beg your pardon?
If in your travels you meet my sisters, please help them, and I will help you in return. Remember this word, Gahab. That is what the previous inhabitants of these lands, the Cyclopses, called darkness they so worshipped. If a door shut and lockless bars your path, this word might be your key.
Okay.
May kind spirits guide you in your travels.
Hey, damn, my bowstring snapped. Need to find a new one. Okay, forget everything else. We need to enter the important side quest of... Wow, we need to start a side quest to replace all these people's bowstrings. Again, Morga. Ooh, a merchant. An elderly barbarian waves his hand, inviting you to come closer.
Welcome, honoured guests. You'd like to buy or sell anything?
Who are you?
Name's Doug. Was a hell of a fighter when I was younger, but truth, those years pass before you know it. The health too.
The barbarian raises his hand. You can see he only has 2 fingers left.
So now my job is equipment and provisions, along with a bit of trading from time to time.
Show me your wares. Okay, let's see what this guy has. Belt of giant strength +6. Sounds useful. Jerk sword +3. Well, let's get rid of some of this excess loot. Okay, that's a little bit. No less, there was a queen who had a hole cut in her dress so she'd walk around with one boob out. You heard about it on Tumblr or something. Oh, Agnes Sorel was a favourite and chief mistress of King Charles VII of France. Sorel generated scandal at court, particularly for her popularising the fashion of low-cut gowns. Enfys just beat into it. Apparently it became a fashion trend to have gowns and the like cut in that way. Okay. I can't argue with that. Ooh. Recipe, I'll take that. Supplies I've got plenty of. Potion of restoration. No more use these weapons. Ah, what the heck? A belt of John's. That'd be any use to her. Bonus to It's worth getting that for them. Okay, I can't use any of these weapons. Knock knock. Have a deal.
A simple smile goes a long way.
Staff. P. Nihilus. Jean Juvenal des Ursins, the Archbishop of Reims, counselled the king to correct such fashions as front openings through which one sees the target, bullseye, and distinguishing mammalian anatomy of women, censored in case of twitch. The company was alleged to have brought the king out of a protracted depression. Citation needed. Well, no comment. Good. Hey, neighbour.
This is my time to shine.
Right. I think I might end the stuff I missed. I think I might end the stream here. Conqueror of Forgotten Heroes. Forsaken. Yeah, I think I'll call the stream here just because I'm feeling kind of sleepy and I want to get to work on those horns. Also, I've got some Resident Evil, so I might also crack open, so I might play an hour of that before bed. Okay, so stream-wise, I'll be back on Wednesday with more Pathfinder Kingmaker. No streaming on Thursday. Friday, it's Guild of Icons. I'm gonna wait and yeah, I'm sort of waiting a week for suggestions on what to stream on Fridays, so I won't have a stream on Friday anyway. And there's basically some family business I'm going to be dealing with on Thursday, so I might not really have the energy for it anyway. Yep, I'll still be playing D&D. Ellis, have a good night. Don't let the zombie bite. Take care. I mean, obviously they're Leonardo's. Okay, who's live? Ooh, Nettie is streaming. Batman, the Enemy Within. Okay, sounds good. Anyone else I really know that well now? Not really. So yeah, we're going to raid Nessie. The raid message is Tiefling Raid, and any emojis you want to use. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. And yep, I'll hopefully see you on Wednesday for a bit of progress on this quest. Thank you for dropping by. Hope this is a start of a good week for you, and we're going to raid in 3, 2, 1, let's go.